We hope you enjoy The Magicians, The Emperor's Love Song by Rachel Lawson. Hello, welcome to our show. A smiling, tall, handsome, apparently 25-year-old man with black hair, perfect pale ivory skin, and blue eyes in a black tux suit said to an audience in a large theatre in Melbourne City, "I am Frederick the Great." Another man walked on stage, and he looked like the other. "And he's my son, Alexander the Great," said the man, Fred. They were stage magicians and illusionists. "Hey, I see Anna, Blake's wife, out there," Fred heard his telepathic son's voice say in his head. Fred brightened and looked out into the audience for her. Then he saw her. Fred's heart raced, and he was fixated on her. He saw nothing else. He forgot everyone and everything else. She was watching him too as he was on stage, and she thought something was wrong. He was staring at her like a man in love. Fred had forgotten who he was and where he was. He was in love with her. He was secretly her husband, Blake. He had been trapped in the past with amnesia and had become his own grandfather, not that anyone knew he was Blake, let alone him till recently. The audience started to think he was not well. They were murmuring. Blake woke up when he felt a hand on his shoulder. "What?" muttered the startled man, turning to see who the hand's owner was. It was his son, Alexander. "Dad?" said the confused Blake, forgetting who he was seen as. "Are you all right, Dad?" whispered Val, not sure why his father was calling him Dad. Blake remembered who and where they were. "I forgot myself," said Blake. He smiled and bowed to the audience, then, embarrassed, spoke to them. "Excuse me, I thought I saw someone in the audience," said Fred. "Must have been someone special by your look," said Val. "An old flame," said Fred awkwardly. There was the sound of a man in the audience throwing up. Blake knew that noise. He knew it was his other son, Lakelandite. He saw him sitting next to Anna. Lakelandite had noticed he was watching Anna. There was the sound of a man running up the auditorium stairs. "She was a real flamethrower," said Blake. Blake saw Lakelandite throwing up again. Blake chuckled. The ushers were busy looking after Lakelandite and his mess. "Are you feeling ill, boy?" said Blake, appearing out of nowhere next to Lakelandite. Anna was standing beside her stepson, trying to help. "Hello, Anna," said a smiling Blake to his wife. "Hello, Fred," Anna replied. Lakelandite looked at Blake and threw up on him. "Lakelandite," said Blake, disgustedly looking at the mess on him. "Get out of my head, boy," Blake said in Lakelandite's mind. Lakelandite knew who Blake really was. "Sorry, Gramps," said Lakelandite, not meaning it. He was bitter for being made to be sick by his thoughts about his stepmother. He had a weak stomach. Any emotional display between his parents made him ill. "Are you all right, boy?" Blake. "I'm not feeling well," Lakelandite said. Blake made a bucket appear out of thin air. "Take it," said Blake, "and come with me." Anna and Blake took their son out of the auditorium as Val entertained the audience, and the ushers cleaned up the mess. Later, Blake cleaned up and took Lakelandite and Anna to a restaurant for coffee. Anna knew Fred as her husband's grandfather and thought of him as family, only not her husband. She thought he was being nice, and he wanted to, for some strange reason, hang out with Lakelandite, with whom he never got on, not trying to be with her because he was secretly in love with and married to her as Blake. He laughed whenever she told a joke, even when she wasn't funny. He sat watching and talking to Anna, ignoring his son. He was so obviously interested in her. She saw his manner as being friendly. The staff at the cafe knew better. They knew the man was in love with her. When Lakelandite went to visit the men's room because he could not take it, Blake was being too obviously in love for his taste. Blake's high spirits fell when a server asked if they were on a date. Anna looked shocked and replied that they were not, and Fred was an in-law. They came with her stepson. Blake pulled his horns in, resolving to appear less obviously in love than he had thoughtlessly. He realized he could never be with her again, as it would look wrong, since she was married to his grandson to the world. Also, he realized coming out as her husband could cause trouble in his realm. He was the emperor of the universe. He could not have her back in his life, as her husband was a fallen emperor of a star system who fell from grace as a dead man or semi-dead man. When it was discovered, he was incapable of staying dead. It could happen again, he knew, and if that happened, the universe would fall into war to fill his place. Blake was a peace lover. He did not want that. Blake told Anna he would check on Lakelandite and found him. He was watching MeTube videos on his phone in the men's room alone. "What are you watching?" Blake asked. "Death Note," said Lakelandite, more engrossed in the video than the company. "Figures," moaned Blake. "What, just because I kill for fate, I have to be a Death Note fan?" grumbled Lakelandite, putting the phone away. "Too much coffee, Dad, or are you here to moan?" "I came to see you. You have been here for 10 minutes, said Blake. "I couldn't take you with Mum," said Lakelandite. "Sorry about that, boy," said Blake. "You are sorry?" asked Lakelandite. "Yes, it's hard for me too. I can't tell her how I feel. She sees me as my grandfather, not me. I still love her as much as I always did. I remember the old days with her. I miss them. I miss her, but I can't be with her, let alone tell her how I feel," said Blake, who was on the verge of tears. Lakelandite hugged his father, and a man walked into the room. Lakelandite moved away from his father, knowing it looked strange. "He's my great-grandfather," said Lakelandite. The person didn't believe him. They both looked 25, like all their people. They weren't human. The person did their business and left, and they spoke again. "Dad, you are in a bit of a mess," said the son, realizing that their usual mockery would not help the situation. His father really needed help. His father had turned to him for help, as the only one who knew who he really was. All he could do was help him. "Write her a song about how you feel. You have to sing one at the Andromeda Forum. I believe she will be there. Tell her how you feel in a song no one will realize it's about her. They'll think it's just a song. But you will have told her how you feel," said the son. "Thank you, boy. I will," the father said. Days later, Blake sat at a keyboard on a computer on an online composing site and began pouring his heart out. His heart in his mouth as he wrote out the lyrics and practiced the song at home. He handed over the music to his orchestra at rehearsal. The light lyric tenor sang like an angel. The conductor wondered what inspired the song. They usually played the best of Coldplay. This was a love song. It was not their usual fare, and Fred, the Emperor of the Universe, had never sounded better. Later that week, in the dressing room of Fred and Val's theatre, Lakelandite met Blake, who stood dressed in his imperial finery, getting psyched to go on stage and greet the delegates and start the forum with his song. He was excited and nervous. Val was in the audience waiting for the forum to start. "How are you doing, Dad?" asked Lakelandite. "Nervous, scared, and a little excited," said Blake. "You would be," Lakelandite said, fighting an urge to tease him for it. "How is the song?" "Good, I think," said Blake. "The conductor said he liked it." "How are you going to sell it?" asked Lakelandite. "A song about an old flame," said Blake, smiling nervously. "That will intrigue them," said Lakelandite, smiling. "Yes," said Blake. "What did you call it?" asked Lakelandite. "The Ghost of Your Love," said Blake proudly. "I love it," said Lakelandite. "Sapphirus, time to go on stage, 2-minute call," shouted the stage manager outside the dressing room door. "Thanks, Dante," barked back Blake. "Okay, good luck, break a leg, you old fossil," said Lakelandite, hugging his dad. "Thank you," said Blake, walking to the door, opening it, and he and Lakelandite walked to the stage. Lakelandite stood with the other family members of Fred. Lakelandite was Fred's bodyguard. Blake walked on stage, smiling charmingly. His heart racing, he knew he was about to talk to Anna, not that she or anyone else knew it except their son. The audience cheered. The orchestra played a fanfare as Blake walked to the microphone on stage. He tapped the microphone to test it, picking it up. "Welcome to the forum. I am Sapphirus Argent, the Emperor of the Universe," said Blake, using his imperial name. The audience cheered. "I want to sing you a song I wrote," said Blake. Lakelandite was watching Blake. He noticed he was sweating slightly. The audience cheered. "It is a love song I wrote about a lady I knew whom I once loved, but I lost her love, and I still loved her, and she didn't see me as anything but an acquaintance." "The song is called The Ghost of Your Love," Blake said. He flashed a look at Anna as he paced the stage. She was smiling. The audience wondered who the lady was. Blake smiled, took a deep breath, and the music started.
I am haunted by the ghost of your love. Whenever we meet, I can't forget the love we had and lost. I feel lost and alone, I still need you deep in my heart. I am lost without you, even though you are still in my life. You are still there, yet to me you are merely a ghost in my heart. I know that we are finished, but I can still dream that there is hope for us. I am haunted by the ghost of your love. Whenever we meet, I can't forget the love we had and lost. I feel lost and alone, I still need you deep in my heart. I am lost without you, even though you are still in my life. You are still there, yet to me you are merely a ghost in my heart. I know that we are finished, but I can still dream that there is hope for us. Even though you are still in my life, you are still there, yet to me you are merely a ghost in my heart. I know that we are finished, but I can still dream that there is hope for us. But I know I am only in love with the ghost of a dream burning deep in my heart.
Sang Blake in his ethereal voice, pacing as he sang. He flashed a look at Anna a few times as he sang. She was enjoying the song, but she didn't know who the mystery lady was. Blake was happy he'd cleared his heart and mind. His heart was racing. He felt he could fly,